Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome to Bar Talk with Jay. Welcome. One of the things I gotta say, brought to you by Disclose. That's that little garbage coming out. I always be talking about why it doesn't work there.
Okay.
Or on there. Whatever.
They pay you.
Yeah. Hey, well, with bonuses. But that's back to you.
Right.
We're looking for drivers right now. We're looking for people that's going to add to our value, our staff. We got it on Monster. We're advertising.
Sound like you're growing, Jay.
Man, we're growing.
Yeah.
You know, I'm offering like $20 to $24 an hour.
Wow.
You know, with benefits.
Okay.
Now hold on.
What kind of license you need to come down there?
Get there with the benefits.
Come get women.
I pay for the benefits.
You pay for the benefits?
Yes. I pay for my employees' benefits.
Yeah. And listen,
Now,
only people who pay for their employee benefits is making paper.
I mean,
that's the only way that works,
you
right?
You me under the rug on that one life?
No.
And I feel some dirt coming out.
No. I'm just
feeling
exposing
dirty?
the realities of
I'm
your company.
dirty. But what I was trying to do
don't feel bad.
is if a little company can do it, so can a big country.
Absolutely.
So why in the world are we struggling paying health care when it started off way back in the day in the plants and they got you in there with your benefits package?
Yes.
They pay for it.
Yes.
But now you pay for it. And the more people you have, the more you pay. So my whole thing is what happened to the organization that I gave myself to?
Mm-hmm.
Why ain't they coming back and pushing back to showing the respect of what I gave to?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So again, what we do
Right.
is trying to do something bigger for you.
There you go.
Now, however you want to take that, that's up to you. That's Bar Talk with Jay.
All right.
Now, the person I got in the building next to me right now is my man, Craftmatic. How you doing, big baby?
Man, I am going through the fire right now.
That is not what I was expecting to hear.
I know, listen, I got a smile on my face.
That's
I always, I think every week, I don't even remember a week that I didn't talk about how things are going well.
I will say. Yes.
And life is just supernaturally fun and lovely. I'm going through the fire right now.
Okay.
And,
it ain't but, regular, but we got you.
But listen, I know I'm already victorious.
What?
This is the stuff that we talk about is therapeutic.
Okay.
Right? And so every week I'm talking about how to overcome hurdles and how to heal yourself and your mind and move on to the next level. And I'm just starting to use some of those practices myself, man. And so as tough as things are, the battle has already been won. So I'm not even concerned about it. I'm just looking forward to a great show here tonight. We got some very interesting topics to bring up. And before we go there, how you doing tonight, Jay?
I almost felt like you.
Yeah?
Man, I'm telling you, man. I told you earlier, we all go through something.
We go through something.
But we got to make changes.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, I feel like I performed a miracle. And somebody always want me to perform it again.
Right.
I performed it to show you my abilities, but you can understand me better.
Mm-hmm.
But all you want to do is use my talent in a way that I don't even care for. It's not for a positive, it's supposed to be for alignment. We are to align so we can achieve an objective.
Absolutely.
That's not what I do.
Yeah.
And again, that's everybody.
Yeah.
So my whole thing is get back in line, because if you don't, that causes stresses. Stresses cause ulcers, cause aneurysms.
Yeah. And
why
listen,
are we
say,
having heart attacks over something that we can push back from? It's
Yeah.
called a capacity. Don't be over because you normally blow. Stay under. So understand your capacity.
Yeah.
We're going past it.
That's very important. And you can hear Jay is already starting to get on one for tonight's show. Let me properly introduce us. This is Bar Talk with Jay, and my name is Craftmatic. This is my boy Smooth Jay. And what we are here to do is inspire. We inspire through dialogue. As we begin to tell our stories and our experiences and talk about the subjects, we want you to kind of reflect in our conversation and figure out where you are and who you are and what you would do and how you would behave in these particular situations. Most people and most shows are not talking about real life. They're just kind of putting on a show. They're doing it for entertainment. We certainly hope this is entertaining, but by the end of this show, we hope that you get something valuable out of it. You change your mind, you become a better you, and you decide to do something better for yourself, your family, or whoever. Life is always evolving. That means we always have to be growing, and if you can find a brand new great idea today and find a brand new great idea tomorrow, you're moving in the right direction. That's what we represent, a brand new great idea on some very touchy subjects. We're going to talk about sex tonight. Some very intimate sex tonight.
Okay.
And so, before we talk about sex, let's go ahead and open the show up with a prayer.
I don't know how to hear that.
I got a feeling we're going to need it.
Yeah.
Right?
At this point, I do.
What I wanted to pray about, I think maybe I need to leave that in the back burner. I need to pray about this show tonight.
It might,
right?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm feeling it right about that.
Yeah, I know you are. I know how you work, how your mind works. Okay, Lord, help me control Jay tonight.
Yes, Jesus.
All right, let's just take a moment to bow our heads. We come to you, Heavenly Father, with our heads bowed and our hearts humble, just thanking you for your awesome power and your awesome grace and your awesome love and everything that you do for us. We ask that you would come into this room tonight and speak a rhema word, help us to understand and to grow and to be better people in this world as it relates to our sexual life. We know that you know what we do, and we know that we oftentimes shouldn't be doing it, but give us some understanding so that we can make better decisions. We ask that you would bring lots of fun-filled humor tonight and unify us in this subject. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen. I mean, if y'all don't know the Cash App Bar Talk with Jay right now, it's an offering.
Right?
I be wanting y'all know y'all got $5.
Right.
It's a song saying 5 on it. I want 5 on that.
Yeah, man. Boy,
Man, y'all better give it up
as
to
I was
man.
praying, man, I was really thinking about, we do need some better understanding.
What?
We do need some better understanding about, not just, we know what sex is, right? But we need to begin to understand what drives sexuality, because a lot of sexuality is being driven in the wrong directions, and they're breaking up families and they're destroying people's self-esteem, and it's really taking its toll on the world, but nobody's talking about it. Nobody's really getting under the surface of it. At least give us an opportunity to talk about it. And as I said, folks, we talk about these subjects, and they're very edgy subjects, but we try to keep it pure.
PG-13.
Even if it's the wrong word that come out, the show is really about pure
17.
and about growing. And this is a grown folks show anyway, so if your kids are around, you might not want to hear them talk about masturbation. You know what I'm saying?
I just heard from choir said, you passed PG-13, boy, shut up.
All right. So, let's move on and cover last week's topic.
Okay.
And let me make a quick note here. Oh, I had to take a break at 7:30. All right, last week's topic. It was a great topic, and I think we did it justice. I went back and listened to that show twice because I wanted to hear the relevance of the average-minded person, and I think we allowed some people to grow with this subject. The subject was, is it better to earn a lot of money or follow your passion?
Now, I felt like you can kind of do both.
Okay.
Because a lot of times, if you get into your passion, money can come. But bottom line is, till I know what my passion is, I gotta make some money. Okay? And it don't feel good is to be broke.
Yeah.
So there's nothing wrong with a job.
Right.
Utilize the job to make that grow, to get you into your passion.
Nothing wrong with a
where
job.
you can fulfill all your destiny.
There you go.
Past your purpose. Because you're living your purpose.
Right.
And that's what we want you to be. But you're not taught that. And then you don't believe in yourself.
You're not taught that. That's
so
important.
without that teaching of knowing it,
Right.
and then bringing it out of you, it'll stay in you.
Right.
And that's where most people are today.
Yeah, and we know so many people who have decided very early in life that they're going to get a job and work a 30-year career and retire and try to live and take vacations and put children through college and buy homes and have families, off of whatever they make there. And a lot of people with great passion are staying stifled in that job just because it provides security. And they don't know how to step out on their passion. That was one of the great things that we talked about. One of the most concerning things, actually, because if we have people who have potential in the world, but they don't know how to bring the potential to the world, then we need to develop them, right?
Because potentially you got a problem.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we always talk about you can bake the best cakes in the world, you can do the best hair, and watch the greatest cars, whatever you do.
Right.
But if you don't know how to sell yourself, you're never going to make money. You're never going to allow, your passion is never going to allow you the opportunity to have freedom.
Correct.
Financial freedom, time freedom, business freedom.
Formula.
It's not going to happen. So there is a methodology to attack passion in the world. And it means you got to just take a little bit at a time. Most of the people who become successful at their passions or their hobbies, etc., they start in the garage. They start with selling 2-3 pieces at a time. They start selling a little bit here online. They start dabbling. They start going to the meetings. They start understanding the sales environment. I'm sorry?
Like building your belief.
Yeah, it's building it. Ultimately, that's all it is. It's building your belief.
Building your belief.
Just going and doing something and getting some results will show you that you can, and will cause you to want to do more. You know, most people's passion won't pay the bills. If you have a business venture you want to attack and you got child support or house note or something to take care of, you got to start working in your spare time. And the whole show, I think the whole show was designed to help you figure out in your own way what you're going to do in your life. But don't sit stagnant. And don't think that a lot of money is going to solve all your problems. Because it's not. We've learned that all too many times. People get a lot of money and they ruin themselves, right? Their freedoms become their vices, and their vices cause them to have lots of sin and become lazy and all kinds of stuff, right? Yes, I use that word. So, just attack life a little bit at a time, and I think you'll find yourself moving in a positive direction. And one big thing that we didn't talk about, between earning a lot of money and following your passion, don't tell your interests, your desires, your needs, your goals, your vision. Don't tell them to anybody. Don't tell them to anybody. Don't give anyone or anything an opportunity to take away from your dream. Keep it pure, keep it whole, start working on it in the background, see your own successes, celebrate your own successes. You don't need anyone else. You don't need anyone's input. You might need some expertise. You can call the 800 number online and figure out how to set up the phone system or whatever you need to do. But keep your dreams and goals away from people who may not believe in you or who may not believe in the things that you believe in.
Yeah, but I really feel like I'm with. Hello over there. Hello.
All right. Go ahead. You good.
If you really think about it, if I don't speak it, then again to the universe, I speak into existence. One of the things that you got to remember is not telling could be stifling you from saying. And I really feel like that power is just saying it, because that's how you make it into reality.
Yeah.
Because again, it's your word.
Yeah, you do say it.
So my whole thing is
people.
watch, right?
Yeah.
Watch it how you say it to other people.
Right.
But say it.
Right.
I don't want nobody to feel like I don't want to say it, period. Because that's not what you're saying to other people. But it's easy for somebody to take that and be like, don't say nothing to nobody.
Yeah.
Okay, my whole thing is always
right.
believe in
That's
yourself
right.
and get it out.
That's right.
But watch you get it out too.
See, my perspective, and this is a little bit of a side note, but my perspective on that, as of right now particularly, is that I watched a video last night. Somehow the Lord just brought this video to me, and the name of the video is "Witches Are Your Problem," and it was a sermon, and it was a pastor. He was standing up there telling the story about how to fight, bad energy and bad karma and all that other good stuff, and he talked about how the enemy will wait and listen to hear what your goals and dreams are, and then they'll tear them down in the spirit. Right? And you don't even know they're tearing them down. You don't even know somebody's working against you. But they are. They're like, oh, yeah, wait till he fail. Wait, I bet he's going to spend all that money for no reason. Oh, yeah, we've heard that story before. Right? We don't need all that. That's it. We don't need that hate around us. And so just be cautious. It was a fabulous show, folks. And we would love for you to go back, listen to it, really get the message. This is not a quick fix show. This is not a 5 or 10 minute podcast program. We do 2 solid hours of dialogue that we think really can better all of mankind. Most importantly, it can better you if you'll take time to listen, and you don't have to write anything. Just agree with or disagree, and make your own decisions from there. But we're here to inspire, and that show was most certainly an inspirational show. Oftentimes we're talking about romance and love and relationships and sex. So when we get an opportunity to talk about passion and vision and goals and setting yourself apart in the world, in the physical world, I just absolutely love those shows, and I think you will too. We are all over the internet: Facebook, YouTube, Spreaker, Periscope, iTunes.
Black Planet.
You always
Pinterest.
Yeah. Pinterest.
Yeah,
we in
Pinterest.
Yeah, we in
Man,
Pinterest.
we in everything.
I want to be in Pinterest, but I love me some
You got
Pinterest.
Google.
Yeah.
You
So
Google.
yeah. So check it out, folks. We think you'll enjoy it. Like us, share us, like us, share us, like us, share us, like us, share us, and subscribe on YouTube. If you go to YouTube, the YouTube subscription is always an edited version, and so you get rid of the song breaks that we take. We play some great music, by the way. I'm always trying to be on top of the music when it comes to breaks. So if you like listening to the music, you'll go to some of the other platforms. The YouTube platform will get you through the show fairly quickly, so you can hear the good stuff. I'm sorry?
We got a radio station.
Yeah, we got our own radio station too. I need to know more about that too, man.
We gotta play around to get your song list right on up in there. We got that. We
got about 6 minutes before we go to break. And so let me go ahead and introduce our quote for the week. It's a very unique quote, and thank you for Miss Barbara who puts these together for us every week. She says that I've shared this quote to some, but like to share it with our audience. You have to train your mind to be stronger than your emotions, or else you will lose yourself every time.
That's like a nursery rhyme.
Yeah.
It just keep playing in my head.
You have to train.
Cardi B gonna come out with that next.
You have to train your mind to be stronger than your emotions, or else you'll lose yourself every time. And I think that is one of the greatest messages ever even taught in. I'm a Christian. I believe in Christ, and that's the message he taught. Right? Nothing on the outside can ever interfere with what's going on the inside, because I am so strong here. And nothing can tamper with my emotions, nothing can upset me, nothing can trouble me, nothing can have me in fear or doubts and worries and concerns. I don't have to entertain any of that stuff.
Okay. You said, okay.
Right? Because my mind is stronger than my emotions, right? You can't upset me from within. If you upset my mind, then you'll know I'm really upset. Because I'll know that the logic doesn't make sense. It's a lie that you're telling me. I'll know that the logic doesn't make sense. You just need attention. I'll know the logic doesn't make sense. You're trying to cheat me. You know what I mean?
Why your logic and everybody else? Because I be dealing with people, they don't even understand.
They understand. They understand. They like to play crazy.
They play. I'm gonna get a frying pan.
Yeah. So, the point of the matter here is we have to train our mind to be stronger than our emotions, or else we lose ourselves every time. Anytime you're going through a hard time, the very first thing you want to do is start to develop your mind. The Bible and the Word and the good book has been saying for years you have to renew your mind. To renew your mind is to renew your flesh. To renew your mind is to renew your situation and your circumstance. To renew your mind is to bring proactive measure to your life that's going to bring positivity, that's going to do something good for you, right? You start with the mind, because in reality, our thoughts equal our reality. Our thoughts equal our reality,
that's
right?
That's why we need you, because when I heard that, I thought about run. My reality is get the hell away. Run as fast as you can, change your whole environment.
Does that make you strong? If that might make you strong.
I ain't saying if you strong, I don't know what it got me out of there. You can't always stay. I'm just saying.
You can't always stay.
One of the things I felt. I'm going through something.
I know, we trying to figure it out here, man.
Hey,
what's wrong with you,
like
man?
That. Sometimes you feel like running. It's not always appropriate. But the bottom line, staying is not where I want to be.
So then it is time to run.
It's time to get,
maybe not run, just go. You know what I mean? Just take your time and, get your thoughts together, put your plan together. Then,
I'm trying to make where you can't see me. You see? These people gone.
Yeah. All we ask that you do if you're going to run, and we've said this many times before,
don't trip.
Make sure you ask yourself, why you're running? Why are you running?
To get away.
If you happen to be part of the problem,
I am.
Then you are going to be where you end up.
Yeah. Away from everybody.
You're going to find yourself at the other end of that tunnel.
But if I trip, I'll find myself right there. Same problem.
Yeah, make sure you ain't the problem. If you got a real problem, run from it, right? I just recently encountered a real problem. A real problem.
Did you stick around? Did you just walk?
I did not stick around at all.
See what I'm talking? He took class.
Yeah.
Get time to go.
I saw a video with what's the pretty young lady's name who sings? Alicia Keys.
You said pretty. I was already on it.
I said, this was just this morning. I saw a video over. It's probably a 3-minute clip, and she set it up real nice. She said, "Okay." She said, "Now, this ain't what I'm." She said, "This ain't what I'm usually wanting to talk about." Right. Something just driving me to say this. She said, "Right now, today, right, all bullshit ceases."
Oh, that's kind of yeah.
Every person, everything, every place, every concern that is of bullshit, you're fired. And it riddled through my spirit like sometimes you just have to run, Jay.
Yeah,
sometimes you just have to go. You have to say enough is enough. I didn't have enough coffee. And once you've seen enough, you've seen enough.
Oh yeah, I gotta go.
Right? Why do people stick around once they've seen enough?
No,
that's a big problem.
I mean, because again, you some people are to a point where they get comfortable.
Right.
So they stick around because they're just comfortable. They're almost scared to find out what the grass could be, because they're also scared it might just be them. So again, it holds you stagnant. Absolutely. And my whole thing is, I don't ever want you stagnant because I understand some things I've been through, and to keep it moving is to reevaluate. It's just not you. It is the fact that you want to make change.
Right.
That change has to be believed in you. You gotta look in deeply, reevaluate, and make change to you. It's not about that person. It's not about what they did to you. It's about you. Everything you go through is a lesson. Right. We're just missing the understanding of it.
There you go. A couple of things. I really want to do something before we go to break other than bring the topic up. But let me go ahead and introduce the topic because this is a very meaningful topic. And I would imagine every person on the face of the globe deals with this.
I don't know about everybody, but we can talk about it tonight.
On a daily basis. This is a daily basis issue. This is a daily issue.
Daily? Nobody told me about this. Sidebar.
Masturbation is a daily issue. For everyone. And if they say they're not, they're lying. Right?
I'm lying.
So the question becomes... And the really question becomes, is this good or bad, right? Is masturbation good or bad? We need to talk about that.
Right.
But the question and topic for tonight says, if self-pleasuring is a bad habit, would you disclose this or any other bad habits to someone you're dating? Don't answer the question, Jay.
Right. The hell I'm on the way up. Yes. Somebody need to take bro. Y'all too scared. Got it. I tell y'all just keep on sitting out there waiting.
We're not ready for your response right here.
I don't know why they ain't ready. I ready what you got there. Ready.
That's good. So we're going to be talking about masturbation tonight, and whether it is a good habit or a bad habit. I think we have talked about this subject on several occasions in several different ways. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting, especially some of the spins that I want to put on it tonight.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and get ready to take our first break. We're going to be gone for just about 3 or 4 minutes, enough to do one track some justice. I hope you folks enjoy the music. What I try to do every week is to bring some of the most original and soulful and brand new R&B to the table. If you like R&B, you probably are not hearing fresh places to get new R&B. So I'm bringing you the best and most powerful stuff on the market. It just came out, and I hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more Bar Talk with Jay.
We back. Lord knows. On our breaks, we do so much.
Yes.
Y'all don't even know. That's what we do.
Right.
But we got somebody on the phone that we got to bring to our attention. Okay. This person say it ain't him, but it always seem to be him.
Right.
And he ain't never here.
Never here.
Like Pookie Poo, why he don't be around?
Because that's long distance, bro.
Long distance.
Yeah.
Different area code. And that's that man, Jamal. How you doing, Big Bang?
What's happening?
What you up to tonight?
Hey, the first thing we need to know is where are you located this evening?
That is true.
Well, I'm back in Philly now.
Okay.
Had to get back to work on my grind.
Right.
Go back and turn local to me.
Right,
Just
right.
making sure.
We know you're worldwide, man. We love the fact that you travel a lot, man. That's a great thing to be able to do. Well, listen, we know you got a rhema word for us tonight. Anything on your mind? What's going on, bro?
Man, I'm supposed to point. What are you doing up there?
We lost your voice a little bit.
Come on back.
If you know you want to female, you need to tell her direct. Don't be playing no different. I wouldn't advise it for nobody. Be straight to the point, and you might get a whole lot more respect. You might get what you wanted as opposed to spending unnecessary amounts of money. So that'd be my game. I kick the cornball.
Did I feel a knife? Did he just poke somebody?
I don't know. Let me clarify. You're talking about being straight with women rather than, just go ahead and tell them that you just want a good time or you want to hang out. Is that what you're talking about?
If you're trying to be a if you're trying to be a civilian and, play that lovey-dovey role, tell her that up front. If you just want to smash, tell her that up front. If you just want friends with benefits, tell her that up front. Don't play the guessing game, because she might hurt your feelings. You might end up taking this girl on 10 different dates thinking you finally finna get some. 90-day rules on Wednesday, and guess what? Still ain't getting it. She got a whole other dude she ain't told you about. Because I promise you, if you not touching, somebody else is.
Right.
Keep it straight to the point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's a dude like me out there to just be like, yeah, I'll let you later on tonight. Fuck up for the whole day.
Right.
But you go ahead and play cornball if you want to all day long. I laugh at dudes like, yeah, keep it straight to the point. Keep it straight to the point. Tell her what it is.
Tell her what it is. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, I like that. His mic's not up now. Let's turn it up.
Oh my goodness.
One of the things I like about what he said is that if you're not touching, somebody else gonna be touching.
Come on now.
Right? See, there's always gonna be some touching going on, and
It don't always have
we
to
really
be.
need to address that because people do not know how to refrain from touching.
I mean, first of all,
right?
if it's somebody
I think
close
that's a
to
problem
you,
in the world,
if it's somebody that's in your family,
right?
keep your damn hands to yourself. That don't make no
I ain't
sense.
talking about fight touching. I'm talking about
No, you won't touch yours. You don't supposed to touch family, man.
What
You
type
put
of
it on-
touching is we talking about?
Man,
I mean,
hold on.
touching on the new female.
That's a great subject, bro.
about?
I'm
I mean,
glad
y'all
you
try
asked
to
the
split
question.
gears,
'Cause
channels, and everything.
I want to get right into the subject.
So-
Because you brought up touching.
I did, I did.
I think it fits the subject for tonight. And so I want to ask you a general question, and then I'll ask you a question a little more fitting to the subject.
Okay.
Tell us your opinion, your thoughts, your opinion on masturbation.
Jamal, why you being quiet that way?
It caught me so much I had to hear it twice. Say that again?
We want to know your thoughts on masturbation.
That's my business. That's not what I tell y'all. That's what I tell her. That's my business.
Okay.
I'm a freak with mine. So if I am in the bed and she next to me and I start handling my business, she can either bring her face closer and get a good enough view. She can start joining in herself. Or I'm going to get mine and then jump right in it. Oh, rule of thumb is if she in my bed, I'm going to get it. That's just point blank period. That's not up for debate.
Okay.
In my bed, where I pay my bed, in my bed,
Yeah.
if I decide to pull it out 2, 3, 6, 7, I don't care what's up in my bed,
Yeah.
bring your face closer, get a nice view.
Yeah.
You can start playing with yourself, and we be doing it together. Well, I'm going to just roll right in it. I mean, A, B, or C. If you got a problem with how I take care of myself, you can go home.
Okay.
Fellas, I would advise fellas to handle their business on their own, because you will be surprised how much you put up with a female after you done busted that first one out the way.
I'm telling you, the whole show done changed. Get it on out the way.
Listen, I'm glad you made that.
Bust that nut.
Hold on. Look at the audience.
I was like, what she's home though? Man, I ain't got time for this. When I say, you right now, exit videos, Pornhub, by myself.
Listen, we wanted to comment on that. That was such a strong point right there. Not point of view, but a strong point. Because that's that is kind of real. That if you're going out with somebody who you might not get none, you might need to go ahead and rub you one out, and then you can go on the date, and you don't have to be thinking about that stuff, right?
You just twist it off.
Right.
Yeah. Make you feel bad.
Right. So I guess it does work, especially if you're gonna be out with somebody who you might think would be a tease, or somebody who might suck you in the wrong way. It certainly can take away some energy from the evening.
Right. Hey.
I mean, if a cornball still need another reason, well, you can say, baby, I'm doing this for you. What you mean you doing this for me, baby? I know last night I ain't really give you the best I had, but this gonna help me with my breathing. I'm trying to slow my pace down so I can give you the best loving I can give you. You wanna be cornball and smooth cooking out that way?
Yeah.
Think me like that. If you confident though, I'm just saying, if she right next to you, pull the blanket off and you do it right there, make the sound effects and everything.
Right.
She gonna look up like, what you doing?
So what? So watch this. Watch this. Watch this.
Get it like that.
You fell asleep on the couch. 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, you fell asleep on the couch.
Right.
You got up at midnight, go to bed. When you walk in the room, you realize she in there masturbating.
Okay.
Is that a good thing, a bad thing? How do you feel about that as a man?
Good thing to me.
I can go in my room and bust one. Is she in the room or in the living room?
No, she in the bed. She in the bed. She would have been waiting on you, but you didn't get off the couch. But anyway, she went in there taking care of business, and she didn't mean no harm. She was just just hanging out. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? We're talking about masturbation here tonight. How do you
If
feel about
she is in my bed, when I wake up and I actually make it to the room,
Right.
one or two things is happening.
that?
I'm playing by myself and she will join, or I'm diving in it and the party just gonna get started like that. But
Yeah.
if you are in my bed,
Yeah.
these are the rules to my bed. Matter of fact,
Yeah, you missing the question.
I have a rule. After 9 o'clock, don't even come over my house with drawers. For what? Why? What you mean? You don't need them. You ain't gonna find them. I might keep them as a trophy. Don't come over my crib after 9 o'clock thinking we gonna be friends. You will cut a lie. Cut it out. You in the crib after a certain hour, you know it's expected.
Hey, listen. We get that. We get all that. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, Jamal.
The
Hold
only
on.
thing open after 9 o'clock is these legs and the 7-Eleven.
Jamal, we
Stop
get
playing
it.
with me.
We get it, right? What we're talking about here is if you walked in on somebody masturbating, is that a good thing or a bad thing? People are masturbating.
Good. I will watch you. What?
Okay, and so you
I'm
wouldn't
gonna
feel
watch her.
you wouldn't feel like she left you out.
Funny things in Atlanta. We don't know what's going on.
You wouldn't feel some kind of way about that, right? She left you out, it wouldn't hurt your
If I
feelings or
come
nothing. would it?
into my room and she's playing with herself,
Yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna sit right there in the doorway and watch her.
Okay.
And pull it out and get closer
Okay.
and closer right to her face.
Yeah.
What you mean?
Yeah. Took you
That
too
is
long
a
to
good
get
thing.
there, but-
If she's willing to play with it in front of you when you
I'm
walk
diving in.
that means she's sexually open with you. Join in. Hello.
There you go. Listen, you named 2 options a while ago. There's only real one option. Jump in. You know what I'm saying? Like dive in, participate.
No,
and
bro.
sometimes-
Sometimes the show. Bro, we not gonna talk about no names, but sometimes the show is just watching her with the legs open, playing with it. Sometimes that be just.
Entertainment.
That's it. Listen, you know what's interesting about a conversation like this is that every one of us have our own particularities and really don't know what's normal. Right? We're all kind of stabbing because I'm a man, but I don't know what other men do in the bedroom when they're hanging out. I don't know what men do. You know, everybody hopefully will disclose a little bit and we can learn something here tonight.
If you don't know what you're doing,
We got all talking one time. Just playing with the cat. Cat just read it. Hey, what's that?
Oh, we having fun over here.
I done seen Bone have to beat some cats away. Like, come on now, I gotta go to work now. Cats just be staying up. If you put that cat, right, man.
Is this dry stitching on air?
Go
Is
ahead.
this
I
dry
got you.
stitching on air? Oh my
I'm with
God.
Hey man,
Fam.
slow your roll for just a second, man. let me try to address this because we got about 3 minutes before we go to break, right?
Okay.
So we're talking about masturbation, right? The question for tonight
With
is self-pleasuring. Is it a bad habit, or if you do have a bad habit, would you disclose it to someone else?
Correct.
And so masturbation happens all the time. People get caught all the time, and you know, the whole effort of masturbation is people trying to please themselves. I think there's some dark side to it, but people trying to engage in self-satisfaction. And so if you walked in on your wife or your girlfriend and she's masturbating, there's probably no reason to get upset, but you can be assured she's probably not thinking about you right there in that moment. And that can be a part of the reality. That can be a part of the reality.
Self gratification goes. If porn can be a problem in a relationship, and if porn is a problem, well, then that's a whole different conversation.
Good question.
Second of all, I believe it's pretty much healthy for another person. I mean, I see different women that come in all different shapes and sizes. I love my sister. I do. But every now and again, I might see me a little shade on, hey, that might be the thought on my mind. That don't mean I'm going to leave my woman. But it's nice to have something else to look at, something else to think about. And if you think you're the only fella that she looking at, you stupid.
Yeah, you out of your mind to even think that. But if you catch her masturbating, now you got to feel a certain kind of way.
We gotta
Right?
go back to the masturbation.
Right, because you know, is she masturbating because
When I slide
you can't get up?
hey, as
Hold
long
on.
as you don't call me another man's name, we Gucci.
Yeah, is she masturbating because she's not being pleased by you? Is she masturbating? Is that just extracurricular? Is she masturbating because that's the only way she can get off? Is she masturbating because she mad with you and want to get it off before you walk in the house?
In front of you, that's when you get to have fun conversation. Because if you know you're not piping it right, that's when you can bring out the toys, and now you can have a whole class with it. Hey, baby, how you like this ice? You don't like the ice? How you like the vibrator? Do you want the Mandingo or do you want the extra video version? You want the white boy? You want the 10 inch? You can have fun with it.
Yeah.
She is open enough to
He
masturbate.
said he was a freak though.
Yeah.
She is
And
here
if you didn't know,
about
you know.
you to say, hey, baby, let's try something different.
Yeah.
Hey, that born thing ain't working for me no more. We should want to do something new.
Yeah. And see,
If I jack off in front of my woman, she better know. All access go. She can wake up, take it while I'm asleep. I don't care.
Yeah.
Because I'm that comfortable around you.
yeah.
There's a comfortability when you are willing to
And see-
self-please
hold
yourself.
on. And see-
with someone else
When the
around
hell
you.
do we go to Dr. Roof?
Hold on. We gotta take a break. This subject.
The sparks and
Listen, I
stuff.
think there's some great points being made, but we're kind of all over the place. I want to get down into the subject because there's just some real value in us understanding how to think about it. No, we're not bad people because we do it, but why do we do it? You know, do we do it because we're addicted? Do we do it because it's just fun?
Self-pleasuring?
Do we do it because it does relieve our
She might
stress?
walk out after one. I still got 2-3 more rounds in me. I gotta get this out.
All right.
You notice some real shit we talking tonight.
Yeah.
You ever, alright, so like this, I know we gotta go to commercial break. But you ever had to go to the club, or you see her go to the club and you look at the outfit she was wearing and you had to check her right quick, like, hey, before you go, let me let you in that back room right quick.
Oh,
Where you
yeah.
think you going out tonight? Or you ever go out with the fellas and she see what you wearing and say, baby, one or two things gotta happen. I'm about to bust one in the bathroom right quick, or you gonna tighten me up while I walk out this house, because it's a loaded weapon right here. This loaded weapon got a couple of hand holes and hey, that's no problem.
Man, I don't know if I'm just a different type cat, but that busting one off myself, that never come to my mind unless it's an absolute last resort.
I mean, what the hell is a
I want to be able to touch somebody, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess she just knows she broke the
know,
date
good.
off. That's nasty.
You know, I don't know, you know what I'm saying?
If I know I'm trying to be faithful and I'm gonna go out with the fellas, ain't no telling what I'm gonna do when I'm around the fellas. Just not. So it's one or two things gonna happen. I need to make sure I get this out the way so I can go and think with a rational head before I go to this strip club.
Okay.
Well, baby girl, you need to tighten me up. So I ain't got nothing left to really shoot out for these motherfuckers.
Yeah, and see, while you doing all that thinking, I done sent a text message or made a phone call and say, listen, about midnight, I'm gonna be through with my evening, what you up to, and I ain't gotta worry about doing all. I can save myself for the right time,
But you
right?
know, brush single though. You know, brush single.
Okay.
Oh, we gotta go to break.
Super single, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, listen, we gotta go to break. We gotta go to break. We gotta go to break. Y'all stay tuned. We gonna be right back with more Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome back with Bar Talk with Jay. I don't know if y'all just heard that last segment, man. We had a little bit of skill going on. Y'all went kind of all around the board. And one of the things I love about a round table discussion, that's what a round table is all about.
Absolutely.
It's not always going to stay in the same arena. So again, I don't want nobody to be like, we all the way. We don't never know where you at.
Yeah, we don't never know where we're going either. We just bring up these subjects and talk about them, and hopefully find something meaningful. And if you folks were with us, you heard I was trying to get to a very, significant point, and we're going to cover that more in the show. I think we got another guest.
We got that person that we be wanting to know how his day went.
Right.
Cause his day went bad, boy. He tastes just not taste all out your mouth. Watch your mouth, yeah. Jeffrey. How you doing, big baby? Jeffrey.
Hey yo, Jeff.
We know he's on there somewhere.
Can't tell.
Can't tell right now. So, folks, tonight's topic, the subject is...
what you saying?
If self-pleasuring is a bad habit, would you disclose this or any other bad habits to someone you're dating?
You really want to know my opinion?
Yeah, I mean, let's go ahead and go in. And
I have to get Brother Jeff all day long. Why I need to disclose?
Why do you need to disclose? Okay.
And it's no different than it. When it's hot, you fan, right?
Right.
You better understand what you got to do. It's up to you. You scared to tell about you. That's because you ain't really used to you. Why you scared of what you know you need to do?
Right.
But you ain't doing it. It's because you too busy trying to play along than to get along.
Mm-hmm.
Get along with yourself and understand yourself so you know where you're going.
Right.
Because self-pleasure is just a moment.
Yes.
But there's a whole lot of people going for a moment and grabbing bad experience.
Yes.
They with the wrong people, not understanding because they're too busy. I can't ever do that. Well, keep waiting on somebody else to do it for you. See what's going to land you.
Mm-hmm.
Alignment is understanding you. Playing with you is just a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Making myself good.
So,
Do you? My whole thing is understand you.
right.
It shouldn't be I'm scared or I'm embarrassed about anything I do. Because if you don't like me doing it, you're going to do something that make me feel like I shouldn't want to.
Perhaps.
But again, then perhaps you might not be with that person you think you need to be with. Because again,
they may not
if
know
I
what
can't
to
be
do.
me, then how we going to be aligned? See, the problem is I have to be a certain way. That's where I feel like the scariest situation is going on. It's too much selfishness. Alignments needs to happen.
Yeah, but
I shouldn't be scared to tell you my faults,
and listen to this.
my scaredness, because if that person ain't for me, long term, I'm talking about my one.
Right.
Because my one gonna tell me what I want to hear,
Yeah. See,
and she gonna do what she wanted to do.
I think the question was posed probably. It could have been posed a little more clearly. Anytime you're in a dating situation, that you're not gonna tell people your business. Not anything. You ain't gonna tell them you got bad credit. You ain't gonna tell them you got psoriasis, eczema somewhere. You ain't gonna tell them that you got a history of diabetes, blood.
But they gonna find out though. They gonna find out eventually.
I mean, we already know you behind in your car though. You be hiding it. That's how we come on. I was thinking in your garage. Why I gotta go in my garage?
Why you gotta go in my car?
Yeah, hey man, you ain't doing that.
You got your siren on tonight, girl. Your siren on tonight.
I'm just saying.
People are not going to tell you their business, but you will find out. You will discover somehow at a certain point, maybe after you've been with this person long enough, that you can have the greatest sex in the world,
Right.
and after you leave that next morning, they go in and go in and masturbate a little bit more. They're not gonna ever probably tell you that.
They
right?
might not. I really might want to know. I mean, that might be a reality.
Yeah, you might want to know.
Yeah, I want to know.
Yeah, but the problem is the real problem is that they didn't get enough, and you thought they did.
I mean,
So
I
now
like
they got
people
a
on
need.
thinking
Now
I
they
need
got a
it.
need for more. You know, they might pick up the phone and make a phone
So that's
call,
why
some
they
text
be cheating.
message, you know what
Okay,
I'm
so
Oh.
check this.
So
Lord.
what you don't know is that they really got a problem
She got well, I
with the
got a
issue,
problem.
right? They really
Just
got
say
a
you come
problem.
home early. You
Okay.
get off work early.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Your wife don't know,
Mhm.
but you trying to surprise her.
Mhm.
You tip in the bedroom, she and they playing with that thing, got it bust open.
Right.
What you do?
I'm like, God damn, baby, can I get in?
No, you gotta ask for permission.
Listen,
Usher or something?
I don't care where the dating scenario. If you just met them, if you know them 30 years, you gotta have an icebreaker. And that's the icebreaker. Yeah, baby, God damn, can I get
Yeah, I
down
need
with
to
you?
show
Hold
you.
on, I'll be right there.
That's your icebreaker though?
I'm going in.
I'm busting.
And listen, you really,
Busting.
anything you do other than go in is gonna dramatically disturb the environment.
Dramatic.
Because now she gonna have to stop, number one.
To mark
And you-
urgent,
you-
press 1.
Yeah, see,
To mark
March urgent.
confidential,
you probably are gonna have some questions on your mind, like, you know, how long this been going on, and you might find an extra toy or something around the house one
You're
day.
looking for too much. I'm trying to get my
Listen,
satisfaction.
the point is that you have to just acknowledge the behavior at that moment, and maybe try to participate in it or find a way to make some agreement to it. Like, oh baby, my bad. Close the door and go back out.
Who?
And
Oh,
see,
hell.
And see
No,
if she,
no,
and
you
see if she,
didn't.
and see
No,
if
you
she
didn't.
finish up. You know what I'm saying?
No, you didn't.
And I mean, you know, you
Oh, I'm back home. Yeah. I thought I was gone.
Right,
for a
listen,
minute.
You
but
don't close.
but okay,
Hey, she-
but here go the thing. Here go the thing.
What is that? Because I'm back in
Okay, she at home,
there. Uh-huh.
and she's probably not expecting you to come home.
Correct.
At this point,
Right?
she's expecting to have some time to herself.
Right.
She had planned to begin and finish before you came in the house.
Right.
I hear you.
You weren't supposed to be a part of that at all.
Okay.
That was going to be her thing and her thing only.
Right.
So now, when you come in, how do you respond to the
I'm
situation?
gonna bust it where it ain't just her. It was never her in the
Hold on,
first
hold on.
place.
Can I get
She
some-
thought it was her. Oh, my bad.
Go ahead.
See, that might turn me on. You see, I'm a real freak.
Oh, we're gonna turn me on too, absolutely.
I might
No,
pull
you
it out and
closed the
start
door.
doing the same thing she doing,
Right. Okay.
just to see if she like it.
Okay.
Now, if that turn her on, then I
Okay.
know what she like.
Okay.
So you got to listen to your woman.
And so watch this. You done caught her 3 or 4 times, and you got in the game. The 5th or 6th time, what are you thinking? Are you thinking the same thing? Oh, she was just turned on. She was turned on without me. What if I'd have been out of town? You know, she'd have just stayed in the house and used the toy, or Mr. Rogers from next door be over here. You know what I mean?
I mean-
it won't pose no questions to you. That
And my
you're
husband, Mr.
self-satisfied?
Rogers, know not to come around when I'm not around.
Yeah, but Mr. Rogers don't listen either. I promise.
Mr. Rogers, look for you to leave. Hey, look for your approval.
You be my name.
He like the working man. I'm just trying to teach
You would have a
you
certain
that.
feeling about that?
Like termites.
See, here's the discussion. I'm hoping that the discussion is moving in this direction.
Okay.
That 2 people come together and both have habits. They're not necessarily bad, right? And are you to give up your habit because you have a spouse now or a significant other? Are you not to take those personal moments for yourself? You know, we just discuss it here. There's no right or wrong answer, right? Are you supposed to put that away because you now have a relationship, or are you supposed to go ahead and engage and get caught? And hope they come in and participate. But everybody's going to have their own private moments,
Right.
and you're never going to be able to stop it. But you can honor it. When I say honor it, I'm thinking 3rd, 4th, 5th time. I'm like, okay, you wasn't expecting me home. Go ahead and handle your business. I'll be back. I'm gonna go to the store. I don't care if she finishes. I don't care. You know, it don't hurt my feelings that she. You know, what might bother me is if she spent when it's time for me to get in bed and get mine. Oh, now you sleepy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, that don't work.
Mr. Rogers brought the
He's
bed
sleeping
tapping
for a
that. That
reason.
happened, yeah. Mr. Rogers bed tapping that.
Yeah.
Oh, now you sleepy when I want to get in the
Yeah,
bed, right?
right.
You
You
tired when I
sleepy
want to
with
get in the bed. Listen, that will become a problem.
Oh, hell yeah.
I can
Over
see where
time.
that can become.
Right? We're not just talking about a one shot, one pass. We're talking about a relationship here, where
I
both
don't care if we
people,
just
both
date.
people have their own need to be filled in whatever way, and they usually got a routine of the time of day and how they like to get it in, and sometimes they have pre-planned it before they get home, so they can do it wherever they want to do. That the reality is that it's all over people's mind. They're doing it whether you're in a relationship with them or not. And I'm simply asking the question, how do you feel about it? How do you receive that? Ladies, how would you receive that? Please.
They're already fanning.
Oh, closed mouth.
Yeah, they all three fanning over there.
I mean, they ain't saying nothing, but
Would you care to? I mean, how does that make you feel if you come in and you see your man, you know?
Jacking.
I've heard
I'm
about
talking about deep stroking, no lotion.
You crazy.
Raw dog.
Ass cheeks tight.
I'm talking about he got that micro, he got that kung fu Joe grip.
His 10 toes with his head and go back.
He holding on that bad boy like the kung fu grip.
Please come help us. Come help us. We need a woman's perspective.
I mean, if they don't want to give it, then we're going to give something else. I mean, it's kind
We just want to hear a woman's perspective. Our women are a little shy right now. We're going to work on it.
I'm going to give the man point of view since I can't speak for women.
Right, we got ladies coming. Come on.
Oh, do we? She come all the way over here to me. We ain't got to be scared over here now. Come on now. The fault equation, fault to fault.
Yep, there you go.
Okay. If we times it and multiply, then how we doing?
Call this mic. Call this mic.
Okay. Oh, the quarters?
Yeah.
5, y'all. Turn 5 on.
Show Kraft which one. Show Kraft which one.
What, you on yours? You want to get on yours? Right there? Okay.
Yeah, you folks watching live, y'all just bear with us here.
We just changed up real quick.
Yeah, we need
But we back in it now.
Perspective. How are you tonight, huh?
I'm well, and yourself?
Doing good, doing good. Yeah, talk right in the mic. If you can hear yourself in the mic, you're good. So, tell us about a woman's perspective. So you come home, you find your man masturbating. How does that make you feel? What do you think about that? Is that any issue?
Did you not see she fanning?
Hold on.
I was just saying.
It's not an issue to me. I think sex is mental.
Okay.
So it's not an issue if that's what he's doing at the moment. And that's what he's doing at the moment.
Okay. And if he does it regularly, that's okay too. It's normal for you to come in and catch him or see the door closed.
I don't know about it shouldn't be a regular thing though.
Yeah, but
I'm married, so there's no need
Right.
for me. That's what I'm
Speaking,
doing.
girl.
Okay,
Now I'm talking about
now,
open
now
house.
this is where I want to get to. This is where it gets rich, because he obviously has a need to do it for whatever his own reasons are, and at a certain point, it's okay up until a certain point. What is that? Is that
But is it a need or is it a want?
whatever it may be? He does it.
A lot.
How do you do it? A lot. You catch him 2-3 days a week.
Because if it's a want, it's different than if it's a need. Because if it's a want, he's just doing it because he just don't want to be patient to wait. If he needs it, it's like he can't be patient to wait. He has to have it.
And you're going to have to make that determination.
Right.
That's where we want to go with
Is
this
that going to
conversation.
fit her needs
Yeah.
and her wants? And I understand that. It's
Well,
respectful.
you're going to have to determine if it's healthy or not,
Right.
right?
Yeah, because he's breaking it off like that. Yeah, that's kind of nasty.
And if it's not healthy,
Jesus.
what are some of your thoughts there? If you think that it's becoming an issue,
Then it's a conversation that needs to be had because it probably escalate, you know? So
Yes.
let's figure out if this is just, hey, I need a little more pleasure in the bed or I have a problem.
okay.
So it's communication.
I really like that, and that's kind of where I wanted to go. I like all of our shows to be therapeutic in one way or another, and it is way out of hand in the world right now.
Way out of hand how?
It's way out of hand.
What are you doing, Craig?
Like I think the whole world of relationships and dating
What are you doing?
has dramatically been hit by the ability to self-satisfy at home in front of all these great media platforms with all these great toys, with people you can talk to on the phone and get off with. I mean, the whole world of sex has caused the world to be more asexual. And when I say it's a problem, I'm like, people are deciding not to go out because they don't want to miss that time at home. They can get that fresh time, before the family get home or mama get home. That it is running rampant. And so what is somewhat normal and natural has a tendency to become this bad habit. And it may cause people to stay, your husband, if he's on doing it on a regular basis, he probably is less emotional towards you after the fact, right? He got his. They don't have a reason to be vested in you, right? She got hugged before you got home. She doesn't really have a reason to be vested in you. She don't have to, dress in something cute. Her sexual energy has been spent. And it's causing that energy to not be poured back into the house, into the relationship. I think a lot of families are breaking down because of this thing that we're not sure whether we label it a good habit or a bad habit. When you start talking about these issues, you're really crossing into other people's interpersonal space. You're crossing into a space that has never been yours. Even though you're in a relationship, it does not belong to you. But yet you are still being affected by it. And as fun as it can be, especially together, as fun as it can be, even on your own, there are ramifications for it, and there's a set of criteria that needs to be assessed. Is this a self-esteem issue? Is this a sexual, nymphomaniac type issue? When you start asking those questions, you really, the answers you get, you may not get real answers because you don't know that person's been molested, when they were 12 and 15, or you don't know that they were picked on because of their sexuality or whatever the case may be. People have all kinds of reasons for why they do what they do, but it usually is summarized somewhere in their asexual activity, whether they had a healthy or normal sex life coming up. It is time for us to take a break, and I don't want this to be like, just the show about just the details and the facts. I want to hear some emotion and really understand what's going on with this subject. The question is it a bad habit? And if it is a bad habit, what do you do? I don't think self-pleasure is a bad habit unless it owns me, unless it owns you. And there are people that it owns. I remember one time, a quick story, just a 2-minute story, 1-minute story. I gave this lady, good friend of mine, a toy. And I gave her a toy. Yeah, she was a neighbor, right? So I gave her a toy. Well, her husband disappeared, so she needed some help. You know what I mean? So I was, I'm the neighbor, I know the story, so I said, well, let me help her out. So you turned it. So
I know I had your ass next door, Mr. Rogers.
I was selling, and I did sell the dream. But long story short, I gave her this toy, and she said, Stacy, the toy has taken over my life. She said, I got in my car the other day to go to work, realized I was 10 minutes early. I went back in the house, took out my nut, because this toy is just running my life. And, for any of you people who surf the web with all these medias, a lot of people are doing it in the cars, and, on the side of the road, and at the job, and in the bathroom, hallways, and there's a lot going on in the world. Masturbation is real, and it's right in front of all of us. Right?
One question.
People who stay too much time in the bathroom. Right?
What's that?
Go ahead.
Did you tap that ass?
Oh, man.
I'm about to say that she was thinking about Mr. Rogers when she was put back on.
Yeah. You didn't know that was a good hit. Wow.
That's why I said good name.
Yeah, she obliged me.
Stay farm is there.
I'm kind of humble on those things, but
Stay in your lane.
Great subject. Great dialogue about it. I hope you folks will stay with us. We're going to go ahead and take another break. And I hope you're enjoying the music because we spent some time bringing this music up. You got to go over there? All right, so y'all hold on. We'll be right back from more Bar Talk with Jay. We still haven't heard from the people, but the subjects just bring up so much real stuff that we all deal with. And if you are a married man or a married woman and have come home and caught your spouse having, masturbating, it can make you feel a certain kind of way, and again, we just need to continue to dialogue on it just to see. If it can help somebody.
Before we go any further,
Yeah.
we got to get that person that I don't know how his day went. When his day went bad, it seemed like it just takes the slap right out your face and the spit out your mouth.
Right.
That's that man Jeffrey. How you doing, big baby?
Brother Jay, Brother Krabs, how y'all doing, fellas?
We doing
Man,
good?
we are
All right,
doing
all right.
fabulous over here, bro. Always good to hear from you. And how's life treating you, man?
Fellas, today was a bad day.
Okay,
All
well,
right,
Jeffrey, we'll call you back.
Everybody hit me out now. Y'all know what time it is. It's time for you to close your mouth and listen.
Mm-hmm.
You ask me some questions, I give you some answers from a man's point of view. Now, see, I got one reason for the habitually single woman and one reason for the habitually single man. That's for why you might be single. But before we get into all of that, here is my disclaimer. Now, see, what I'm going to talk about might not apply to you, and if it doesn't apply to you, I want you to put your foot up in that shoe. And if it does apply to you, I want you to put both feet, both shoes, and walk around in them, because you're going to definitely learn something tonight. Ladies, you go first. Now, ladies, quite frankly, some of you are single because you really are angry and you really are mad. I want you to understand now that angry, that mad black woman syndrome, that ain't all rumor and myth. Some of our women are actually mad, and you're mad for no damn reason. You're mad at something that happened 15, 20 years ago, or 3, 4, 5, 6 relationships ago. Damn it, you need to get over it. Yeah. You're not responsible for what happened to you or what somebody did for you. You are responsible for carrying that mess around with you. What you gotta do is learn how to let that stuff go. Clear that closet out, clear that space out, so you can let love occupy the places that it's supposed to occupy. But you running around wounded, and you keep hurting yourself. You keep pulling the Band-Aid off the same wound and re-injuring the same wound instead of putting in the work to heal. Because then you would actually be responsible for your part in a healthy relationship, and you ain't ready for that. You're still bitter, you're still dazed and confused, running around here wounded and single.
Shots fired!
I think we have seen it all too many times before. And it's unfortunate that that anger is pushing some of the black folk over to other nationalities, right? That's why, a lot of black men say, I just want a mild-mannered woman, somebody, just quiet and who'll be willing to listen and understand. But, that heated attitude, man, just doesn't go very far because there's so many other ways to deal with things rather than with temperament.
I agree. But I ain't gave up on my black women.
Never will.
And I'm hitting. I like it.
I love them.
There you go.
I love them too.
Why? You can understand what they stand for, what the anger is for. So you understand how to speak to them. So watch the baby and all the rest. They ain't trying to be catered to like that when I've been tortured. I've been through hell already. But you want to come with soft stuff. Ain't nothing soft about it.
Right.
Understand your approach. And you understand their anger. You keep coming wrong. No one wants to change what they do. That don't make sense to me. Come right and you will be right. The whole thing is they're already mad. Why are we adding problems?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's just one of the ways of saying it. My whole thing is I'm part of it.
I like it. We understand their struggle, and we understand how to talk to them.
And how we could easily offend. That's all.
Yeah. But in all honesty, who it was that hurt him?
Who was that?
Now we're gonna do that at 8 o'clock, a little later on. We got the West one. We bring more in. He trying to go deep early on. We gotta let Jeffrey finish his first.
All right.
But we will get to you. Cause see, we gonna go deep tonight.
So, brother Jeffrey, we'll turn it back to you.
Get it to the men.
All right, fellas, don't think I'm letting you off the hook because, fellas, you are next. Quite frankly, some of your asses are single because you ain't mad enough. How the hell you sit back and let people disrespect the women in your neighborhood? How the hell you sit back and let somebody fix their mouth and say something negative about a woman that you're supposed to be loving on, cherishing and protecting you? How the hell do you sit back and let somebody dare to disrespect
the mother of our community. How do you sit back and do that stuff and just sit back and chill like it's cool when them J's coming out, when the Xbox coming out?
Get it out.
How the hell you sit back and do that stuff? I need you to understand something, fellas. There's a certain fire that you're born with. You're born with.
Yes.
That they have to condition you to put it out.
Right.
At a certain point, you got to get some damn matches. You got to get a kindling stick. You got to get a piece of paper and roll it up and light it on the oven to reignite the fire in you. Because damn it, women tired of us being pacifists. Women are tired of us sitting back idly while they're over here carrying the torch of rage and outrage over this cause and that cause. But you just want to be cool. You just want to sit back. You just want to chill. Ain't no more time for chilling. Ain't no more time for sitting back. Ain't no more time for being cool. Because think about it, we black. Black attracts heat. There ain't no way we supposed to be that damn cool. With all the foolishness that's going on right now, ain't no way we supposed to be this damn cool.
So Jeffrey said
and
his
that's why
fire
you're
is lit.
single. Because you're too cool for your own good.
Mm-hmm.
Him lit, and he talking about the ones that's not. If you ain't understand what Jeffrey just said, him lit, and you're not.
Jeffrey said he's married.
Yeah,
He's not
yeah.
single.
He said if this shoe fit, you're gonna have a hard time putting it up.
Man, I love his perspective. Quite frankly, fellas, we're not mad enough, is what he said. And he was really leading down that protective, that level of protection. We're supposed to be protecting our communities and our families and our women. And I'm going to just chime in a little bit and say that the fire that he was talking about is keeping men from accomplishing in life. You got to have a fire in your belly for something. That is to take care of your own kids, to take care of your own household, to not need assistance to live, to do the great things of life. Here's one thing I noticed about successful people. All of them have temperament. They'll all get pissed and 38 hot in a heartbeat because they're fighting for what they want. And if you don't have that fight in you, you're probably going to stay on the scale of
Average. Go ahead.
average and regular. Yeah, and medium. You're right on point, man. So I think that fire is not only hindering us, the lack of fire is hindering us from protecting our communities and our women, but the lack of fire is also keeping us from reaching our full potential.
Just like masturbation. Boom potential.
Brother,
You trying to get that twist on, get that boom potential.
Brother Jeffrey, we're going to turn it back over to you.
If you don't use pills, say. My bad. Go ahead.
All right, folks. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I need you to understand that anger has to be fueled and focused into passion. Ladies, you got to be passionate about being emotionally healthy. You got to be passionate about letting go of that pain and that hurt. You got to be passionate about it. And men, we got to be passionate about providing for our community, making sure that we give protection to our women, and defending the honor of our children and our women and our household. We got to be passionate about that. Now, I need everybody to understand. Don't let your president get you cussed out. Don't let your president get you cussed out. I need you to understand that a certain amount of passion, people will know better than to step to you sideways. They'll be much smarter than that. And then when we do that, well, guess what? Then our women can have our back. And when our women have our back, they also got our side and our front. And they also got the kids. And the kids are right there with you. And everybody is standing together, passionate about being purposeful and successful in our own homes, in our own communities. We got to get that passion. And once we do that, it's going to be a force to be reckoned with. And a lot of people will sit their asses down with some of that foolishness they're going on right now. And that's all I got.
I'm going to say one thing.
That's a mouthful, man.
You had a good day, Jeffrey. You had a good day.
It was a great day.
Yeah.
And it's called alignment.
Yeah.
You got to be in line.
Yeah.
When you in line like that, what he's talking about, you fight through it all.
Yeah.
But when you're out of alignment, it's like anything else, you wear things out.
Yeah.
It
It's hard
wasn't meant
to
to
be
be.
passionate when you're
But
not
you got to
in
understand where
alignment.
you at.
And, you know, one of the things I thought about as he was talking about being passionate is you don't just wake up one morning out of the blue and just become passionate. You can start tomorrow. You say, tomorrow I'm going to have more passion. It doesn't just come like that. And the point I wanted to make is that, are we talking to our children and maybe our family and our family members and significant other about passion? See, it's not being taught anywhere. That's the loophole here that I'm trying to cover, is that we know, those of us who have been there and done that a little bit in life, we know what it takes to be successful. It takes that passion. But they're not going to get that passion from the school system. They're not going to get that passion sometimes from the coach, the cheerleading coach or the football coach at school. We've got to tell our children to be passionate, and we got to build that passion and that fire in them. We got to teach them to be passionate, and that sometimes means being a little harder on them than otherwise. But, you know, what I gathered out of the discussion is that, yeah, we need passion, but how do you get passion? And you can't get passion through osmosis. We got to be teaching. We got to be teaching the fire. And if your brother told you that, you know, he want to open up, your cousin said she want to open up this nail shop, you need to be dead off in her ass, building passion. Hey, what you doing this week? Where you going? Where your money at? How you spending? What's your plan? You need to start pressing on people, because that's how people reach their greatest potential. Is something or somebody is mashing every great leader and every great successful person.
And everybody ain't
build the passion, grow the passion.
I agree with you, but everybody ain't gonna fit that mold.
Yeah.
There's gonna be some workers. There's gonna be some people that don't even want that. And my whole thing is they gotta be them. But
Yeah.
for a person that's striving for that, you gotta watch your circle.
Yeah.
Well, circle of influence will bring a lot of that down.
Right.
And then self-evaluation will help you out on yourself. Because again, motivation starts within.
Right.
And a lot of times we looking out. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Most people are following something else, somebody else's dream, somebody else's talk, religion, belief, or whatever they want to go with. But reality still sits within you.
Right.
And when you realize it,
We gotta
it
teach
opens
that.
up a new you.
Yeah.
Because the bottom of that, to give you a bottom, is now I can recognize what it is. That's called awakening. And I really feel like a lot of people are sleepwalking.
And that's why I'm talking about we got to teach
I wanna
people and
wake
develop
people up.
in that way. Brother Jeffrey, I'd just like to ask you a quick question.
You
And,
better not ask Jeffrey to jack off. Oh, Lord. I'm not doing this, Lord. I'm not doing it.
This is a kind of open question, which means take it in whatever direction that you want to. Okay, tell us about masturbation.
I knew it. I tried to tell you.
Oh man.
What's going on with that?
You know, I want everybody to understand something. It's completely healthy to release when you need to release. There's an advantage to it. There's something else to think about. The retention factor. If you master retaining, for a man now, if you master retaining your semen, there are theories that suggest that your energy levels are higher.
Right.
There are theories that suggest your focus is clearer because you have that extra testosterone in your system. I want you to think about it. Whenever you ejaculate as a man, you always dumb down a little bit. Because you've given up a little bit of your life essence.
Okay, so
After you burst that nut, if you will,
I think Jeffrey was waiting on this question.
man, and you start thinking about primal things, food, sleep, or something else. That's never coincidence because you're giving so much of yourself away. Now that energy, if you master retaining that energy, you'll find that you are much more magnificent in your everyday life. At the same time, every now and then you just need to release. And if you decide to release, at least clean up after yourself.
Oh, Lord. Jeffrey said hygiene is important. Don't just walk around with it. Don't just let it be stuck to your leg. Pull it away. Pull it away.
Now say that Jeffrey is a fan of masturbation.
Jeffrey's just a person of nastiness. Jeffrey
I
nasty.
definitely know a few things. I can tell that for damn sure. Listen, man, we got to get out of here, bro. Any parting words for us?
Getting out here nasty.
And I'm going to say this, and I want everybody to feel me. Don't let your president get you cussed out. That's enough said.
Okay.
I think you can feel what I'm saying. Just don't let your president get you cussed out.
I think I watched too much CNN.
And let your president get you catching these hands, because that's the nicest brother you'll ever meet. So don't think I'm going to cuss you out, or I won't lay hands on you if you step to me wrong. That's all I got.
Now that's
Alright.
the person that's gonna fight for his.
And that is a
Jeffrey,
mouthful.
activist.
Yeah.
Next president,
Listen.
Jeffrey.
The good Reverend Dr. Jeffrey, we certainly appreciate you once again, man. You
I'm
always
voting for
put it
Jeffrey.
down week after week after week. We can always expect some fire coming out of you.
Yeah.
And we appreciate it, bruh.
Yeah.
And I guess we'll look forward to speaking with you on next
Jeffrey.
Thursday.
And for all y'all that's
All
gonna
right,
vote,
man.
all
Okay.
y'all that's gonna vote Jeffrey for president. I'm voting for Jeffrey for president. I need, he mad at the same thing I'm mad at, so I want somebody I know. Jeffrey would be a great president.
He'll be a
But
great
next week,
I don't-
Jeff, now I hope you have a good day, because I want to hear some more of that fire.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Cause we ain't got nothing right now.
There you
No
go.
fire going on right now.
There you go.
Under fire. That's what I'm saying.
It's time for our next break. Y'all stay tuned. Jay and I gonna go in on the subject
ain't
when we
just us
get back.
tonight. Don't
And,
worry.
we got a lot of folks with us online. Y'all stay tuned. I want to introduce each one of you.
That's right.
And make sure we thank the folks who are with us live outside of the studio now. So we'll stay tuned. We'll be right back with more Bar Talk with Jay.
A little bit, but magnificent. Give it to him.
Magnificent.
Change the
Magnificent.
game. This is what he do. But I got somebody here tonight. We're gonna have him step to the mic, cause y'all been seeing him. Ain't nobody introduced him. You know, we ain't rude around here.
Yeah, we
Tell everybody about you. 424.
My name is Quentin Sally, CEO of 424 Fashions.
Mm-hmm.
okay.
The 424 stands for Death Before the Sun. Means you never snitch.
Didn't I say that? You
never
heard
snitch.
that earlier. You heard that snitch, right?
You like that?
Okay.
424.
Part of my
Okay.
personality.
Okay. And tell us about your line, man. Tell us what you do.
Well, it's a clothing line. It originated from prison.
Okay.
I was originally sentenced to 262 months in prison.
Okay.
My original max out date was August 25th, 2030.
Mm.
But I came home October 6, 2014. Because they over-sentenced me.
God bless you.
I know y'all seen that new film, When They See Us.
Yes. Yes.
Well, y'all looking at me, what y'all see?
Okay.
Okay.
Pay attention, y'all. Pay attention.
Outstanding. That's,
Facts be known.
sounds
Shots
like,
fired.
sounds like you got a real powerful story to share, and
That
we
we all
certainly
want to hear.
love to hear it. Clothing line based on the prison system. Tell us more about that.
Like I said, 424 means you never snitch. Death before dishonor.
Okay.
I was faced, when the feds got me, they gave me a plea bargain from 30 to life. But I could have went home if I would have gave my brother up.
Right.
So that's where the clothing line originally started from. So when I came home, it was a little hard being a 3-time convicted felon. So the only job I can get was working at a chicken farm.
Okay.
So I advanced from there and I started working at an apartment complex.
Okay.
Now when I first moved to Georgia, they wouldn't let me get a place there because I was a convicted felon.
Right.
But they can give me a job. So when I got the job, I got my place there. So I started up picking up trash. But 6 months later, I was grinding, I was hungry. They promoted me to construction manager over the same property that wouldn't give me a place to stay when I came home.
Right. God is good.
God is amazing. You want to do it?
God is good. So, is your line? I'm picturing a prison uniform. Is it something like that, or is it like?
Nah, it's
socks and pants?
basically on hip hop couture.
Okay.
It's hip hop mixed with high end fashion. So I
love it.
make clothes for babies as well as men and women.
Okay. Okay. How's the line going?
Oh man, it's beautiful, man. It really exceeded my expectations. You know, coming home from prison.
Yeah.
You know, back then I was making 30 cents a month.
Right.
So
right.
coming home, I powered up in the game on the legal tip,
Yeah.
starting off making $100,000 a year being a construction manager.
Right.
So I put that money and I invested it
Yes.
to my clothing line.
Right. Are you still working in construction?
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's great money.
Why you gonna give up?
Yeah, never leave that
Never
money.
giving up.
Hey, you know, we talked last week's show about should you make a lot of money or should you focus on your passion? And it sounds like you've turned part of your passion into making money.
Oh, yeah, because that's going to be another scratch on my bucket list.
Okay.
I want to open up a renovation construction company.
Nice, nice. And they don't lose.
Oh, never.
Yeah, they never lose. That's fabulous, man. So, do you have any commentary on this masturbation subject? I mean, what's your thoughts?
Sick, but okay.
What's your thoughts?
I mean, after all that powerfulness,
I mean, you know how they
been in prison for that
about masturbation. Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, he probably could bring a whole different perspective.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I don't really
No, I'm not concerned about you.
I am.
The trouble. I'm seeing your potential here, right? We want to hear how you add value to the subject tonight.
I'm going to keep it 100.
Go ahead.
I used to tell people, man, I jack my dick to the day I die.
Okay.
Because I was raised by the Bible.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's not Adam and Steve, it's Adam and Eve. So
Right.
no matter how much time I had,
Right.
I still
Right.
jack my dick. I used to jack my dick about 2-3 times a day.
2-3 times a day.
Just to get that frustration, that anger out of me.
Okay. You think
That's real.
It was.
I mean, we ain't saying it's not. I mean, look where you were. I mean,
Listen, it was anger and frustration.
anger and frustration is not a bit.
That's real.
Okay.
That's real.
And I would imagine that it's very normal in that world.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's
That's
very
common.
Common.
I would think so.
Has it ever become a problem? Did you ever see that it turned into a problem?
Nah,
If it was a problem, who's gonna
It's like smoking weed,
That's
right?
where you at here. Okay.
It's like
You're
smoking
right,
weed.
it's like smoking weed.
It ain't gonna hurt nobody.
You shoot him. Hey, knock a butt off.
Listen, I Googled effects of masturbation, and the first thing Google said was, it will not make you go blind.
I don't know. But
What,
same
all right.
as it used to
What did
be.
Jeffrey say?
Oh, yeah.
It's good for you. It's healthy.
It is. And in fact,
My eyesight was just going anyway.
yeah, there was a number of health benefits.
Jeez.
You know, maintaining testosterone and stress relief and all of that good stuff.
See, stress relief.
Yeah,
That
but
pent up anger.
yeah,
Yeah,
it
gotta
also began to talk about how it does break down the family, because it does create some harm, because after a certain while,
They flush it.
I don't know about that.
yeah, it does.
It go right down the toilet. Oh, like,
I mean, the thing about
yeah,
it is
spit it out
that
of nothing.
you're less, if you're addicted, perhaps, you're less likely to bring other people in your world. And so you're, you kind of close yourself off from the world because you think that's your fix. You know what I mean? I don't have to go date. I don't have to take the risk of dating and being rejected and talking to people. And just go home and watch, Vikings and rub me one out, right? So
There's
people-
people like that.
it's a lot of people like that. That's the point I'm making.
It's a lot of
If we could only understand the statistics of porn being watched on TV, porn is not just something that you watch like catching up on, you know what I'm saying, Three's Company.
I
It's
kind of
advertised
did it one
everywhere.
time.
Yeah,
Pornhub is a new thing.
yeah.
Fuck Netflix.
No, it ain't
Pornhub.
new. It ain't new by a long shot. It's been around a
Oh,
long
it's not new.
Going back
But
to
the
videos.
point is that a lot of people are spending a lot of time
Right.
doing asexual activity, and because we again live in our own little worlds, we can't really see how it's affecting community, how it's affecting life, how it's affecting us. Does it affect our self-esteem? Absolutely. It takes away from our belief in self. If you don't have a normal occasion where you interact with people, then you're probably diminishing a little bit within yourself. Not because you want to, but just because that's what it does. That's what it does to people. And I'll be happy to go in and get some more statistics. But it sure is good sometimes to just get your problems off your shoulders, and sometimes check out of the world, go into your own little world where there's some familiarity, and you can you can bounce around off the walls and get your freak on in your mind, and
If you say
don't have to
No, if you have Bar Talk with Jay. All right, that's that plug. You gotta say that
You
plug.
single or not?
Bar Talk with Jay.
A lot of married people do it too, right?
I don't know about all that.
A lot of married people do.
I'm just saying, Bar Talk with Jay, we do all that.
Yeah.
Happy
That's what. Oh no, you finna make me go to Google.
You go to Google all you want. Bar Talk with Jay everywhere. You go to Google, Craigslist.
See, I couldn't just see Google. I didn't even know what Google was when I came home.
Offer up.
Yeah, I'm ready.
We don't
for this
get
now.
Craigslist. Bar Talk with Jay everywhere. I'm just trying to help you out. Just trying to Craigslist. You selling it? I'm getting it. Bar Talk with Jay. Cause you already hurting. You ain't gotta go to church no more.
Craigslist, you fucked up.
You pull that out right here.
Hold on. Here's the statistic
What
right here.
is the statistic? What is it? What is
This statistic. This is a Quora. Quora online. This is my reference.
Give
Right?
it to us.
The vast majority of married men masturbate at least occasionally. We did a survey of married Christians and found that 85% of men had masturbated in the last 3 months. 69% of women. These are talking about married people.
Hold on.
So we're talking
What
about
is that again?
on average.
know
Was that the Catholic Church?
They did a survey.
Was that the
People told
Catholic
me. Yeah, I
Church?
did it.
From the
on-
Catholic Church.
Yeah.
Was that the Catholic?
I don't know. It was Christians.
Oh, Christian.
Christians.
You know the damn well it wasn't the Catholic.
Yeah. And let's just read a little bit more. For men, the number who masturbated dropped slowly with age, going from almost 90% for the younger men down to 76% for men over 55. They still gonna be around 80% of married men that's masturbating on a regular basis.
Okay.
Of those who masturbate, a quarter of the men masturbated 2 to 3 times a month. That's not bad, right? A quarter did it 4 to 6 times a month, and 19% did it 7 to 14 times a month. That's almost every other day.
Damn.
Right?
Wife ain't getting up that pussy.
Yeah, somebody wasn't doing something.
Yeah. She ain't.
Somebody playing with that funky monkey.
Yeah, it says 3/4 of men said how often they masturbate depends on how often they have sex with their wives. And 22% said it varies based on travel separation from their wife.
I told you. She ain't getting that pussy up.
Yeah, they don't want to do nothing with nobody else.
So it's a very real subject, and there's a lot of it going on, right?
I think
It's a lot of unhappy marriages.
And that's very interesting. Do you think that masturbation happens out of unhappiness? More of it happens out of unhappiness in your relationship?
Just, it gotta be, because if you happy, you just ain't gonna get up in the morning and jack that dick when you got some pussy laying beside you.
But you know, you be beating that Gucci up. You know, she be saying, nobody won't say all that, but you just say that she say that you need to do less. So my whole thing is, sometimes you do start thinking about yourself, or you start looking negative. My whole thing is when you're in alignment and you don't understand who you with. That's why I really love this show. I want to make sure we all point out that we all have different points. We don't know where you at. It's a formula.
Please.
If you take the time to talk to the one you with, you can understand if the formula works.
I can dig it.
Okay, listen.
Alignment
That's
is
that
where
comfortability though.
you take the time to make sure you both can please each other, because a lot of time it's just selfish. I got mine. I feel like you should have got yours.
Okay, listen, here's the statistic, right?
What's that?
On average,
Mhm.
75% of men and women in married relationships
Mm-hmm.
are having asexual activity. They're masturbating, right?
Okay.
So what that really says is, if it was marginal, I would say, increase the sex and you'll cut down the masturbation.
Why can't
But
we masturbate together?
you're probably not going to cut down when 80% of the people are married. They are having sex, but they're still not satisfied. And maybe we need to come to the agreement that nobody is going to get that switch right except for you. That might be what we come to in this discussion about masturbation. That you can hit your switch, and all the sex can be great in the world, but hitting your switch is just something that's gonna happen. It's the nature of things. You're not wrong for it. You're not taking anything away from anybody. It's just going to happen.
I agree.
And if that is the case,
You're free.
then now we can no longer be surprised or upset when we catch our spouses or significant other doing their thing.
No.
And I met women that said that a man has never made them climax.
Yes,
Ever.
I've heard that.
I have met women like
Women 30,
that too.
40 years old.
Yes. I have met those too.
Until I
That
stepped in the
didn't
picture.
go, but I ever heard
Right.
some younger ones saying that.
And up until then, they get their own
Yeah.
swerve on. So, and you know, a woman's body is very complex. So, you know, you can hit it in the normal
Can I
spots
say
and try to
something?
get it right, but
Can I say
she
something
usually
nasty?
requires a little
Can I say
innuendo
something nasty?
that
Nasty?
makes it special. Go ahead.
Nasty.
Nasty.
Nasty. Can I say something nasty?
Go ahead.
Is that alright for you to say something nasty?
Yes, yeah, not too nasty.
I don't
but
really care if y'all want to hear it or not. Get kids out the room. I'm trying to tell you ahead of time.
Go ahead.
Something nasty. Self-pleasure. I mean, you understand yourself. So again, if a woman self-pleasure, while you might be getting mad, let's have a better understanding, because I'm a real player. If she know herself, she will help you understand her.
Yes.
So again, if a person is talking about, I would never do that, just please understand, that's probably why he'll never understand you. It started with you. You gotta know you. So if you know you, and you should know you, then understand you move to what you know. Now, when I say this, it sounds cute, but please have a better understanding. Because again, if I'm in you and you know you, we'll have a better unity. Because again, everybody thinks it's always a size or everything else. When somebody likes you, they move to you. It's called unity. It's called music, okay? That's that vibe. And my whole thing is to get you back to a vibe instead of emotion.
Right.
People are having useless sex where they don't feel nothing, so I gotta keep getting something.
Okay.
But if you get meaningful, you feel me? When they moving with you, I don't care to do what I used to do because I've got something new. It changes the game, and people don't understand the change.
So watch
Because
this.
I'm too used to what I do.
Watch this. Watch this.
I'm just saying.
You got a married couple, and we're gonna close out this segment with this. I just want to try to bridge the gap here before I lose my train of thought. We got 75% of all married relationships. Each person, the husband and the wife, are masturbating. How does that compare to the fact that more than 50% of all relationships are failing? Do you think that there's quite a bit of masturbation going on because that MF got on my nerves yesterday? I don't even want to face. Let me go ahead and get mine before we get home. Let me go ahead, let me go ahead and take care of myself because we mad at each other. And there's a lot of animosity and anger and temperament and frustration and all that stuff going on in these failing relationships. Do you think masturbation comes into play big time when people aren't getting what they need from their spouse? I would say so. I would say so in a very big way.
What you were saying earlier.
Go ahead.
Is your significant other being satisfied?
But satisfaction is not just about sex. And that's a big point that we got to make during this discussion. Because, if you got 75% of the people masturbating, it ain't maybe because they're not having good sex. You might not be hitting their switch and they haven't told you what their switch is. It could be many of those things, but it could be just a simple fact that I can get mine. I don't have no explanation. It only takes me a few minutes. It feels real good. I don't have to explain to nobody. I don't have to go through nothing. I can just go get my freak on in my mind for about 5 minutes to an hour, however long it takes. I can go get my undivided freak on without any interruption. And that guy know damn well he was supposed to call those people and get this done, and he know the kids had a thing, and he know we were supposed to be saving, and he know he shouldn't have spent that money, and he know that I'm tired and he needs to cook sometime, and he needs to take care of these kids sometime, and all of a sudden now I can't depend on him to get what I need, so let me go and get it, and I'll just make a habit of getting my needs fulfilled. Because I never know when he gonna pop off at the mouth. It's gonna be an argument, and I ain't gonna get it that night. And so I can't save myself up for him now. I can't save myself up for her now because they might fail me, and then I won't be able to get my switch hit.
And I will tell that person before we even go to break, selfishness. That's what it leads back to all the time.
Perhaps, Jay.
Because again, when you, I'm telling you, when I stop caring about you, I'm going back to self. Selfishness come from when I feel like you might have disrespected me or put me in a point where I'm going to work on me. And guess what? I done left you. Regardless if you might think we together, we ain't together.
It is called self-pleasure.
Well, that's a little different. And you going back to that portion of, we're going to get there, we're going to get there. But I'm just saying, back to the other portion, you gotta understand relationships and that deepness when it comes to self-pleasure. That's something totally different. My whole thing is, again, I said it before, I ain't never backed up from what I said.
Yeah.
Know yourself. Because again, pleasure happens when we know each other. And if you don't know yourself, it's harder for me to read you. Because you don't know you.
Yeah, and that's a learning process. I like that subject. Let's go ahead and take a break, and we're gonna come back.
Shortly.
Yeah.
Gotta make a quick round table.
Yeah, we got one song.
We're
We're gonna be back. Actually, we're right on point. It's just 8:56, so we good.
Okay.
We're gonna finish at 8:12. So you folks stay with us. We'll be right back to more Ball Talk with Jay. With Jake, and I don't know what you folks might be getting out of this show. That's always my greatest concern.
Ask me if I can.
We're talking about self-pleasuring, and we haven't really talked about. I don't know. There's just so many ways to get to. We talked a little bit about porn. And women's toys are just taking over the scene nowadays. You know what I mean? I don't know. A man really gonna have to come with something because women have already figured out.
You really can't come with nothing though.
I'm listening.
Man, I walked by a sex store. Me and my wife.
Yeah.
I seen something big as my leg.
Right.
I was like, what the? My wife was like, yep, I said, okay.
Yeah, hell, you should have been still at that
And
store.
if she playing with that toy, ain't nothing you can do behind her. There's nothing you can do behind that. Right?
I was wondering how she got it in her, how she get it in her, but I forgot what comes out of her though.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, and I think that's a good. That's
so you trying to say they really
make.
have bigger toys than you know about?
Listen, do you think
Talk ain't the only one building big truck?
Do you think that
They got
women's
Tonka toys.
women's toys is doing something to their sexuality? Is it taking something away from men? Is it taking is women's masturbation, extreme masturbation? Is it taking something from them?
Just as much as a man is a freak, a woman is even freakier when she's happy though.
Hey,
I don't think
now,
that is a caveat.
help people out.
I think a freak is a freak is a freak, but I think that women seem to have more opportunity to get their freakiness off than men do in this world.
Yeah,
Right?
that's true.
And so
They get presented all the time.
does that mean that men are always trying to keep up with women's masturbation techniques? That we really are being outrun by the Energizer Bunny?
I mean, men got toys, but I don't think you want to use them toys.
We ain't got no toys.
Oh, they got some toys.
I mean, there's some stuff, you know what I'm saying? But
They got some shit out there.
nothing feel like that flesh, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing gonna even ever touch that, you know what I'm saying?
Well, see, that's just because of how we know. If you look at social media, they using other things, other animals and all kinds of things.
Oh, yeah. They also got to go get them shots.
Sickening. So my whole thing is watching how everybody's freakiness is different kind of freakiness.
So here's my question again, though. Is women's sexuality and their toys, there's so many varied ones and so many varied ways for them to get their freak on. Are they leading us men? Are they outdoing us? Are
all
they
I can tell you
doing
is
more than we can compete?
I embrace myself.
I embrace
I'm
too.
giving a little bit of myself out tonight. And again, I don't mean to tell on anybody that ever dated me, but y'all should have known I put a scorpion on my chest. Should have known it was coming out tonight, okay? If any other night I'm going to talk about it, we're going to talk about it tonight. One of the things I'm going to say is I'm going to embrace you, whatever toy you might have, or whatever toys you might just fantasize. Because we're going to make that happen.
Yeah, you
my
can
whole
role
thing
play
is
with it.
I want to bring you to your highest climax.
Right.
I'm not worried about what somebody else did.
Right.
That's my level of achievement is way higher
And
than what other people already thought or
Right.
saw.
right.
I'm willing to invent,
Me too.
and that means I'm willing to invest in. I mean, I gotta understand you.
Right.
to please you.
Yeah.
And so if I got a freakiness and you have a freakiness, we can bring some things together.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's gonna make a combination, and then
That's the
again,
three of me.
what is it? It's
I
a
gotta-
drive at this point.
I got a
That's
question.
when we align. You gotta align with a person to understand a person better.
We are
But
all
we
in
fall.
agreement.
I got a
This
question
right
for
here.
you, right? I got a question for you,
Go
right?
ahead,
This is a small story situation, right?
I'll make a big
And,
story.
hypothetical, right?
What you got?
You married.
I was.
You got your wife is got a few toys,
Okay, they ain't never mind.
and y'all have used them together over time.
Love
You,
them.
you
by
become
yourself.
accustomed to the one that you think can make things work.
She
and
the
all
extra.
that.
I ain't get accustomed too much to live.
And what happens? You come home and one of those toys are missing.
What you mean missing?
It's gone.
What I care?
Can't be found.
I ain't really care when she was using it.
Okay.
That's what she chose.
Okay.
So she gonna think I took it?
Nah, she
No.
took it. Listen,
She took
yeah,
it.
listen to the way I'm going now.
I know what you said.
She took it, and she took it out of the house.
Okay,
What's your
bye.
thoughts? Don't mean nothing?
Bro, she stepping out with the toy? Just like she probably stepped out with her stuff. My whole thing
Okay,
is all
okay.
in how you look at things. My whole thing is when she keep playing, it's because she already tuned out.
So my point is are
Is
you
she
going to
in or she
automatically
out?
say that she's playing with the toy outside by herself,
No,
or she's playing with the toy outside with somebody else?
Somebody else.
She playing with the toy with somebody else.
Yeah, somebody else and that toy is handling my old toy.
I need to know where the toy went.
I need to know where
No,
toy
when
went.
you
Because it's
find out
my
where,
toy.
You know,
That's
oh,
right.
okay, it's your toy.
I love toys.
Here,
And me too.
I do too.
Ain't nothing wrong
So
with
you
them.
need to know where the toy is.
Oh
And
But
what-
my whole
and
thing
what-
is, if it's our toy,
Hold on.
our toy should never. Oh, see, you about to cause a fight.
You just
no
tell me
crap.
what I'm telling
You damn right. And listen, ball, listen up.
What you gonna do, Jay?
What you mean? What I'm gonna do?
What you gonna do?
See, I ain't even about violence, y'all. Everybody's know
What
I'm
you
about
gonna
to
do?
whoop ass.
What you gonna do?
Oh, I want to.
You
I
want
do.
to.
I showed
38 hot. What are you gonna do, my brother?
But listen,
I gotta confront her.
And,
Right.
and
I'm gonna ask her.
Tell me about that conversation.
ask me.
As soon as we about to do our thing, I'm gonna ask her right then. I'm gonna get all hot and bothered. Then I'm gonna ask her where my toy at.
And what if she say, I don't know?
Because she know where it.
She got to find that toy.
Mm-hmm.
She
So
got
she
to
gonna
find
get a
that
new
toy.
toy.
Yeah.
Now watch
It's called
this.
a hammer.
I want to keep on with the subject now. And if she doesn't find the toy,
Mm-hmm.
how do you respond?
I told you, a hammer.
It's gonna be a problem.
It's gonna be a beat.
It's gonna be a problem.
That's why you say it.
Okay. It's gonna be a problem.
That's why.
Oh, it's gonna be a problem.
And it's gonna be a problem because you think what?
Because I'm gonna beat that up.
Hold on.
She using that toy with somebody else.
Right.
Hello.
In your mind,
That's the first thing gonna come to any man's mind.
she using the toy with somebody else. She's not just using the toy.
I'm
On
talking
her
about
own.
really-
What's gonna come to your mind?
She using
That's
it different.
I would agree. I would agree. I'm trying to see if there are any other perspectives.
No, it ain't no other.
Yeah, ain't
no.
She using the
perspective.
toy
I
with
agree,
somebody
ain't no
else.
other
She
perspective.
doing that, bro.
You can't tell me the batteries went dead,
No,
bro.
Nah. Then it come back with a different.
You trying to
scent.
surprise me, get the new one? Nah, I want that old one.
No.
It's gone.
Yeah,
It's
no,
gone. Yeah,
no.
you took that away.
So
That's
let's
gonna
just
be
say
my
it just
baby.
never shows up, and she says she
She don't
knows
need to
where
show
is.
it back up. It's been all with somebody else.
What you gonna do? Because you gotta go to bed that night. And
I don't
you
gotta go to bed with her.
Hold on, man. You gotta go to bed. You got it. So are you gonna leave?
You
because the toy
damn
left?
right. Well, that was the hint. I gotta go to
You
bed.
would leave? Would that cause you to leave?
Man, it all depends on how strong the love is.
There ain't that much love for me. Shit.
Okay.
Gotta get proof.
Okay.
In the pudding.
Okay.
All that ain't love.
So if the
We
toy
got
going,
it.
you gone.
Man, first of all, I bought the toy.
Come on, man.
That brother got my
Yourself.
toy.
We.
Oh, it's off the toy. My bad. If we getting back to reality, mine is real simple. It's never about the toy. It's about the understanding of the person.
Where the toy
So
is.
if I really understand that person, I should understand what that toy is.
But you don't, Jay.
If I don't, then my whole thing is I lost faith in what I had. So you gotta realize, is it really the toy? Or I really lost what I had?
Because you're already
Because
out
bottom
using the
line
toy
is
with
she
somebody
played
else.
that toy.
Yeah.
That was all good because we had each other.
Right.
But if I gotta use that toy as a ploy to realize I lost what I thought was mine,
So the trust gone.
that's all that is.
So
And when that gets gone,
Now, that is-
it's gonna be
that
very
is
hard
very
to keep
important.
anything else.
I want you folks to listen to this now.
Very
He didn't
hard.
catch her cheating. He discovered that the toy was
It's
gone.
gone.
And there's no explanation for the toy being gone, so he automatically believes he has lost her.
So at that point,
He
why would
automatically
I
believes I have lost her because
That's
the
deep.
toy is gone.
And my whole thing is, you gotta look at what we do. Because a lot of times we act like we ain't judgmental. We are. If it's there
I mean-
and you really feel like that's what made you check out, that's what it is. But you gotta recognize that, because at that point you're done. Because distrust or disrespect is hitting harder than the actual act of cheating.
Yeah.
I don't know if you did or didn't. At that point, it's in my mind.
Yeah, I got to figure it out for myself if you're not helping me with some answers.
Yeah.
And that's really what it comes down to. It is just about time for us to close out this show, and we are just wanting to open some dialogue, as we said before. This is an opportunity for you to look in the mirror and see who you are, how you would handle the situation. And I'm asking each of you, it's kind of a challenge to our audience, a challenge to the folks listening to this program. How is masturbation helping you or hurting you? Okay? We all are pretty much aware that we're not going to tell our dark secrets to somebody new in our lives. But at a certain point, your spouse or a significant other is not going to understand you going to the bathroom right after you have sex. They're not going to understand the toy buzzing in the middle of the night in the next room because she done got out of bed and want to go get her a nut. We all are going to have to assess our situation. Is this a healthy amount of masturbation going on by my significant other or spouse? Or even by me? If it's an unhealthy amount, how do we address it, right? I would even more so go on to ask, for those of us who are raising families, at what point do you kind of stay away from your kids' room and let them experience themselves, right? At what point do we start to talk to young people about masturbation and the effects of it? And because we know that it happens early in our lives. For girls, it might start as early as 6 or 7, and for guys, it'll start as early as 12 or 13. So there do need to be some healthy dialogue about it. What is healthy, what is not healthy, and are you doing it just to avoid me, or are you doing it because you have needs greater than I can fulfill? There needs to be some discussion. If you find yourself dealing with any one of these situations, you really are looking for some understanding, and you probably aren't going to get that from somebody who's trying to hide a secret. You may need to go and talk to a family member. You may need to go and read a book, an article, get some YouTube videos. Find a way to create some understanding, because sitting in your own little vacuum, you're never going to understand these types of situations. These are interpersonal situations, and you're not going to see that somebody has been taken advantage of for many years, and they masturbate because they have a low self-esteem, and that's just how they managed life, and they've been going through life like that for years under the curtain. The point is that you can ask good questions, and I don't think that anything is wrong with moving to some form of prayer that might help you understand your spouse, yourself, and even sometimes it may be important to pray to ask the Lord for unity in your asexual relationship. And since there's so much sex going on, so much asexual activity going on among married folks, particularly married folks, you might need some help with these subjects. I don't feel like I can make the grade no more because my wife got a huge dildo. And there's no way there's no way I can compete with that, Or by the time I get home, she's spent, or she gets up in the middle of the night and she gets spent, or whatever the case may be. It's happening. It's a real subject. What's going on in your world? How are you going to deal with it when these issues come facing you, good, bad, or indifferent?
All I can tell you is everybody's going to have their own formula. My whole thing is you got to figure out what's best for you. I don't know. I can't always answer.
Yes.
Masturbation. Is it too much, too little? My whole thing is if you're scared to talk about it, you're scared to be about it. That's how I feel about life. If anything I'm with my significant other, I should be able to talk about it. If I can't talk about it, then I'm feared.
Right.
How am I fearing it with a person that's going to be there for me? This is my... When they want to look for equal, there's no such thing as an equal. It's a driving force. That means she's going to counterbalance your unbalance.
Every time and every day.
If she's counterbalancing, she can't counterbalance with your fears because you're lying. Lies help fears, okay? One of the things most people do is lie about something that they don't want to tell about.
Right.
because I don't want you to know.
Right. So
What
I lie
really
about
can hurt me and what I really feel like I want to hide. That's just where lies come from.
Right.
I want to control a situation that I really feel like I can't because you ain't gave it up and you ain't believing in your damn self. Because if you really believe in yourself, I can tell you the truth. I can tell you the things that might hurt me. I ain't worried about you hurting me. I've been hurt. God got me through. It wasn't you. If I tell you about a hurt, I promise you don't ever take credit for what you heard. Because he got me through. So when I tell people all day long, you hide your shames because you ain't accepting your mistakes. Understand, it's the time of reckoning. It is now. Masturbation, that's self-happiness. Do you? I don't care. But when you feel like I can't tell what I do, and you keep hiding, then nobody's really gonna understand you. I don't really ask. When I ask this, I don't really ask the person all about them. I'm gonna see them. Just like you would never hear what I want.
Right.
Because if I gotta tell you what I want, you ain't for me. Because you will conform to me if I tell you. Why are you telling what you just naturally want? I would rather a person be them and show me them and it align with me than tell a person that's gonna do for me and turn on me. Because they never really wanted what you wanted, but you gave them a roadmap. Why would you give them what they didn't even ask for? But it's what you want. What you want should be driven. You should see what I want. I should create this as in look at it, like a crate. I want to create something that your ass can't see. But you too busy seeing what somebody else created. My whole thing is we're not creative no more. We're reactive to what we already know. But he came in the house tonight. 242. That's gonna stay in my mind.
Yeah. Thank you for
A fashion
I
design.
appreciate it.
And he came in what?
024.
424. Yeah.
How he came in, how he is.
Yeah.
How I'm gonna remember him always is how he came in.
Right.
I ain't fronting. I'm doing it. Because if you see it, I created it. He wore it like as you see it, I wear mine.
There you go.
Brand and understand and respect. And that's all I got to say.
And with that, folks, we want to thank you for being with Bar Talk with Jay
Hold on,
tonight.
got to tell him a little bit how you can get in touch with my man. Because he got his own.
Oh yeah, y'all can follow me on all social medias. 424 Fashions. That's FASHIONZ everywhere.
IONZ.
That's special
And
spelling.
we want to thank you. Wish you the best of luck. And anytime you want to promote some product or talk about your product, you're more than welcome to come back in the studio, man. We got nothing but love for you.
Beautiful,
All the
beautiful.
best.
I'll be back.
And folks, again, we thank you for being with us tonight. I never did recognize our family who came with us. And y'all gonna ask me to scroll up, but I got Ernest and Shara, Chris, Tyrone, Victor, Gina, Teresa, Crystal,
I know them.
Ellen,
Okay.
Butler, Jamal, Candace, Sharita,
Sharita, that's my girl. That's my sister.
Arissa,
I don't know.
yeah, Prentice,
Prentice Banks.
John,
That's my gal.
Nicole,
Nicole,
Tar,
what's up, girl?
Wiggle,
Wiggle, why you work?
Chloe's in the house. What's that? That's some Calvin up there.
Chloe. I like Chloe.
Yeah. Listen, thank you folks for being with us tonight. Your participation means a lot to us. And one day we hope to be on a worldwide stage and we can take all of you with us.
Who all want to get on with us? That's what I'm saying.
Y'all stay tuned. We're going to be here every Thursday from 7 to 9 live, Facebook. Come on back and see us. We love you. We'll talk to you next week. And we are out.
Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.